Hello, everybody. I wanted to make a video over the instructions for the choice essay and kind of cover some things and hopefully answer any questions that you may have about this assignment. Everybody or most everybody has chosen a topic from the PowerPoint, but I still wanted to go over a few things that I think are important since this is our very first essay for this course. So in Unit 3, you have the instructions, and then the essay is due this Sunday now, or depending on when you're watching this video, it is not due until October. Let me get my calendar out because I'm going to open this next unit up early. It will be due October 12th. The instructions for the essay are in Unit 3, like I stated. Please read through these carefully. Write a 600 to 800 word essay that addresses one of the patterns of development. And again, you will see the list of topics on the choice essay topic submission assignment from the PowerPoints. Make sure you read through that. This is not a research paper. You should not have any sources. You should not look online for anything. You're choosing a topic that you already know about, two places you've lived, two sports you've played, or you're classifying and dividing the music on your iPad or your iPod. You're looking at things that you already know about. So choose a topic that you're very familiar with, that's either personal, cause effect, the effects of stress. How does stress affect you? What are the three main effects when you are stressed? Or what are the causes of stress? What makes you stressed? You already know that. You should not have to go outside for any sources. This is not an assignment where you can use AI. Can you use AI to generate some ideas or polish up your paper a little bit? For sure. But I promise you, I can tell when you have just told ChatGPT, hey, write an essay on the effects of stress on a person, because chances are it's going to be 10 to 11 paragraphs. It's not going to follow the structure that I've given you. If you're doing a compare contrast essay, I'm looking at, are you doing a point by point? Are you doing a subject by subject? If you're doing a point by point, then I know it's going to be 5 paragraphs. If you're doing a subject by subject, then I know it's going to be 4 paragraphs. So please pay attention to the PowerPoints. Mimic that. I've even posted some sample essays that I will show you in just a second. Those are excellent sources for you to look at. Again, can you get some help as far as grammar is concerned with AI? Possibly. Can you help generate some ideas? Possibly. But it should not be something you type onto ChatGPT or Claude or whatever place you're using, you copy and you paste it and you hit submit. This should be something that's important to you because your name's on it. And it's not a research paper. So you can't document that you used AI because I've told you I don't want you to use any sources. Make sure you have an introduction that leads to your thesis statement. Make sure you've got the body paragraphs, 3 body paragraphs, unless you're doing the subject by subject. Make sure that you look and know how to format your essay in MLA format. Let me show you where that is. At the bottom of this choice essay instructions, I've given you step by step how to document if you're in Word, and I've also given you a link to how to set up your paper in MLA instructions for the Google Docs. Remember, your essay must be a doc or a PDF file. Don't attach a link to a Google link. Don't attach a Pages document if you're using an Apple computer. It must be a doc or a PDF file. Now let's kind of cover the PowerPoint just a little bit. All right, the choice essay. Again, comparing, contrasting. Can you compare and contrast? Yes, but compare means to show the similarity. So primarily, you're probably just going to be contrasting. And I've given you some sample, how we use it everyday life, how it's organized. Again, this is the 5 paragraphs versus the 4 paragraphs. Here's an example of an outline of a 5 paragraphs. Here's an example of a subject by subject 4 paragraph. And here are your possible topics. Classification division, a little bit more difficult, I think. A lot of people don't choose this pattern of development because it's so much easier to do compare contrast or cause effect. But you may certainly choose classification division. Classification is maybe what I think of categorizing or sorting. If you've ever watched the Super Bowl, you know that there are many different kinds of TV commercials during the Super Bowl. You might could categorize the different kinds of Super Bowls. There's usually some sort of beer commercials. There's usually some sort of investment commercials. And then there's always some sort of food commercials, or there might be car commercials. And so you could categorize into three different categories if you wanted to do that. Divisions where you take one thing and you break it into parts. If you've ever visited the oil museum at Kilgore College, you know that there's different parts of it, and you might could, describe that. Or if you've visited your library, you could divide it up and divide the different parts of the library. Possible topics that I've given you. And then there's the outline. Cause effect, again, this could be a causal effectual analysis, meaning you could choose one cause and two effects, or two causes or one effect, or you could do all three causes of something and all three effects of something, but it needs to be 5 paragraphs. So if you look at some of the possible topics, and then here would be an outline. Again, all of that is covered in the PowerPoint. Um, the sample essays. I posted those in Unit 4, and I've given you, I think, four different essays. I've given you a classification one, actually two classification ones, and two compare and contrast. And so these are really good sources for you to look at, kind of get an idea. Are they perfect? No. But again, this could be something that will help you kind of see how your essay should look. Especially with the MLA format. So let me just open up one of them and so we can look at it. So here is, right here would be the student's name. I just put that there because I wanted to leave off the student's name. My name, the course name. Make sure you look in your Blackboard and you can see what the course name is. It will not be 1301-0601. This is from a paper back in 2018. But you can see the structure of it and about the length of it as well, which will help. All right. Again, your essay is due on the 12th. I do want to see your introduction and thesis and let you each kind of feed off each other and give you each other feedback and maybe ask a question here. Again, I want you to utilize this discussion board early. Some of y'all are waiting till a minute or two before it's due. Well, that really doesn't serve the purpose. The purpose is to post things, and that's why I've put this one due October 7th, 5 days before your actual essay is due. That way you can get into some discussions and help each other with your thesis and with your introduction. And also I will be replying back there too. So if I reply here and I say, hey, your thesis doesn't look correct, let's change this, this, and this. But then when you type in your essay and you haven't changed it, that tells me that you haven't looked at the feedback. So make sure you really look at the feedback, especially if it's from me. That way you can make sure you've corrected any kind of errors and won't get points deducted from that. All right, so that's a look at the choice essay. Feel free to send me a remind message. Many of y'all are clicking up here and you're sending me messages on Blackboard. That's fine. But many times you'll see that I don't answer but until the next day because I don't see that I have a message until I actually log on. So if I'm visiting other schools or visiting places and I haven't sat at my computer till 8 p.m. that night, I don't get to your message till 8 p.m. that night. But if you'll click remind and send me a text message on remind, I'll answer you within a minute or two usually.